See you in the garden. Well, hello again. Today I'm going to prepare this bed. I've just harvested all the potatoes. Oh, look, there's one over there I missed. How did I do that? I'll grab that. But I'm just going to top this off. Yes, I know it's all store-bought bloomin' compost. This is probably the best compost you can get in Australia. There's a lot of crap out there. So, believe it or not, these are $20 a bag. Right, so I'm going to put those 5 in. I need this a little bit deeper and once that's done, it's just amending the soil then after that. Obviously I can't produce enough compost for what I'm doing in my small space. Anyway, so after that I'm going to add 5, at least maybe 6 of these bags of chook manure, azomite for extra minerals, and I've got a bucket of my worm castings here that I've just harvested this morning. It's pretty good. So pretty happy with that. So that'll add a lot of microbes and nutrient, and that should be plenty because in here I'm going to be planting 3 sisters. So corn, beans and butternut squash. So probably a couple of butternut squash, as many corn as allows me, and a few beans. So it's a bit of an experiment. I've never done this before, but let's get on with it. I'll get it all in and get it all dug in with my fork, and I'll come back when I'm planting the beans. You don't need to see me do that. But I guess, what's this bed? It's 3 meters by probably 2 meters, somewhere there. Yep, plenty of chook manure. Right, so it's late in the day and the soil's all amended. It's all been dug in. Now I showed you you don't need to show you me digging it in. And I've wet it all down. I did this morning and I've come back to water it in the evening because I didn't want to water it in the morning because it would dry out, but I just want it to sink right in. Now let me just show you how deep the watering goes so you can see right down there and how fluffy that is. It's quite wet and it's quite warm down there now too. Yeah, so what I'll be doing, did I show you? So you know, and all that mulch that was there before is all dug in. So it's made the soil really quite nice. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll mulch it again now, a good 2 inches, and I'll leave it for a week at least, probably 2 weeks, then I'll plant the corn. And when the corn's probably yay high, a good 5 inches, somewhere there, maybe even 6 inches, then I will plant the beans. And then later on again I'll plant the butternut squash, or butternut pumpkin as we call them here. Alright, I'll get some mulch on, and that's about it up until I start planting the corn. So before Christmas. Okay, got it all mulched. There's about 2 to 3 inches of mulch on there. You don't want any more. And when I plant the rows of corn, I will have to, I think I'll have to part the mulch. Not sure if the corn will get up through the mulch, although I suspect it will. So I planted the corn, and the problem here is that all the corn seed disappeared. I had 3 come up, and now I find myself in a situation where I have to figure out why that happened, and I think it was because of either mice or I don't think it was bad seed to that extent, but I really think it was mice or something along those lines. All I'm doing is just wetting the mulch down to give it a bit of a seal, stop it blowing away if there's a big wind. So now costing for this, because I don't have resources now, let's go. Okay, I needed to top this bed up, so now it's right up to the top, as you can see. Before it was quite low, so I put was it 5 bags? 6 bags. 6 bags of good mulch, expensive, not mulch, sorry. 6 bags of compost, good compost. You saw the brand that I used, so that was $120. Now the chook poo, I used 5 bags in here. That was $3 a bag, so that's 15. So that's 135. Approximately, oh look, I reckon about $2 worth of azomite. And the worm castings were free. So what are we looking at? 137. Yeah. Right. Now, an important thing to realise too is that I won't have to top this bed up anymore. So that $120 is spent and done its job. So it's just amending from now on. And the other thing is that I've only fertilised this bed in such a way that it's not for root crops. So I haven't gone and amended the bed with any major phosphorus or potassium, because there should be plenty in the amount of chook poo I put in there. So that's something to think about. If I was going to plant potatoes in here again, which I shouldn't, I should wait a couple of years. I would certainly amend it with some good bone meal and some potash. Alright, hopefully that's helpful. Because of the initial seeding failing, I decided to raise them in these little pots and transplant them. This worked well, but I did have to transplant a lot of the seeds because the propagation rate wasn't great. I planted 3 seeds in each of these little pots and had to make sure that every pot had a good viable plant in it. It worked out pretty well, and I negated the fact that none of the seeds came up in the first instance for whatever reason. The downside is that some of the corn were a little bit behind the initial propagation in these little pots. So this is what they look like now, but I did lose around 4 to 5 weeks of growing time. But that's life, that's gardening. Alright guys, I'll see you in the garden. Thanks for watching.